Hey everyone, thanks for joining us again for another episode of MOPA Through My Lens. This weekly program features fun and creative photo activities that you can do at home, using minimal equipment and supplies, things that you probably have just laying around the house. Today, we're going to explore how to create a mixed media collage using photographs. The technique lets you take photos from lots of different places and give them a new life. They can say something that comes directly from your imagination. To get an idea of the project for today, let's first take a look at the work by the artist Holly Roberts. Holly Roberts started out by taking black and white photographs and then painting over parts of the image. Later, she moved on to cutting out bits and pieces from lots of different images and then would bring them all together on a painted canvas. By blending the two together, she's able to communicate a lot more than any one of those photographs, and she invites us all into a story. To show us how to get started with our very own photo collages, let's go over to Chantal Lane, our Manager of Youth and Visitor Engagement, to Megan Swerts, our Youth Programs Coordinator, and to Anna Lane, our Featured Youth Artist.
Hi, I'm Chantal from MOPA. This is my daughter, Anna. Today, we're going to be making collages. We're going to walk through the process with physical, actual collage material, but we're also going to be sharing a totally digital approach too.
For this project, we will be taking inspiration from this year's youth exhibition theme, which is Growing Up. In previous years of our youth exhibition, some youth artists have used collages to communicate their ideas. These are just a few examples. For more information on how to enter, check out our website at mopa.org/yx.
So what about this theme, growing up? What does it mean to grow up? Is it reaching new milestones? Is it the transformation from being a kid to being an adult, taking on new responsibilities? Then what does growing up look like? Where is it reflected? Is it in your things, your relationships, your choices? Before starting your collage, take some time to brainstorm.
What's really cool about collages is that you are free to be as creative as you want to be. You are not bound by reality, space, time, or the laws of physics. You can create your own reality and put into it whatever you want. You'll start with a photo or several photos. You can use them whole or cut them apart, placing parts of photos into other photos. You can add magazine clippings or even draw or paint right over them. Walk us through. Let's go over to Megan, our Youth Programs Coordinator.
Hi guys, this is Megan, and this week we are making a collage. Here is my workspace. I gathered some pictures that I want to use for my collage, some construction paper, scissors, glue stick, a magazine, some paint, and here is my brainstorm list inspired by our youth exhibition theme, Growing Up. After I made my brainstorm list, I decided to go with moving across the country from Illinois to San Diego, and I also wanted to tie in exploring San Diego a little bit to my collage. And the first thing I knew was that I wanted to make the background representative of the ocean. I've always loved the water, and I wanted that to be a big part of my collage. So I decided to paint some brush strokes on a piece of construction paper to mimic that. And I wanted to do this first so I could let it dry. And then I took my magazine and flipped through it, and I was looking for textures that were either blue or green, reminiscent of water. And then I was also kind of looking for, like, this is a nice texture, looking for something to be the sky or like a sunset. Once I flipped through the magazine, I found some images that had a lot of blue in it. So this one's like a darker blue. This one's kind of blue with clouds, which I thought was really nice. And then this one's like a little bit of a lighter blue that has a nice texture on it. And what I did was I focused on kind of like the edges and the parts that did not have any words, just like the solid colors right here, and not using any of the food in the middle. And I ripped those out and started to create the waves of my collage. Here is my progress. I added a road and created a car out of one of my beach photos and put a picture of myself and my friend who I moved to San Diego with in the window. and I'm going to add something at the top of the road that represents San Diego. Here is my final collage. I added some white dots on the road to show movement, and then I added me at the end of the road with some palm trees cut out from different photos I've taken since I've lived here. I wanted to show this part of my life because for me, a big part of growing up was leaving Illinois and moving to San Diego.
Thanks, Megan. That was a really cool collage. I really like your color and image choices. So now Anna is going to create one, but she's going to make hers totally digital.
The app we are using is called Ibis Paint. We are using the free version, but there's also a paid version too with no ads. I'm using it on an iPad, but is available on other platforms too. To get started, you will need to open the gallery. If you're working on other projects, this is where you'll find them. To start a new project, tap this icon here and select the one you want, and your blank canvas is ready. I'm going to start my project by importing a photo from my photo album. You'll need to select this icon to add a new layer, then select the camera icon, which will bring up your photo library. You can scroll through it and find the image you want and tap on it. Once it's on the canvas, you can resize it and rotate it to the position that you want. When you add a photo, this window will pop up asking if you want to extract the line drawing, which we don't, so just cancel it. Now I'm going into my brushes so I can paint on the image. There are so many different types and effects you can use. I'm going to choose this heart one. I can change the color of it by using this palette here. I'll do red. So I can also change the size and opacity using these controls here. You can use it as a brush where it makes these pattern lines of the shape, or you can just tap it once for individual shapes. I'm going to bring in another photo now. I'll just put it up here so I can show you another tool. Each new thing you add will make a new layer, which you can see listed here. Make sure you select the layer you want to change. You can change the opacity of the photo, making it see-through, so you can use the slider down here. So it's a cool tool to layer photos together. The last tool I want to share is the lasso tool. You can actually use it to cut areas out from the photo on your canvas, so you can place another photo behind it. There are lots of creative ways to build your collage using this app. These are just a few to get you started. Here's the collage that I made.
We hope you experiment and have fun making collages no matter how you choose to make them.
We hope you have fun with the project, and if you're a student in grades K through 12, think about submitting your collage to our youth exhibition. The theme this year is Growing Up, and you can find more information in the link below. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next Friday for another MOPA Through My Lens.